So you had that going on with work, and then you had all the interviews going on.
And I had to tell you the technical stuff for the coding part of work as well.
Yeah, so you had like double, plus looking for a new job. What were some of like the good experiences you had with certain companies, and like maybe what were some not so good experience when you were interviewing, going through the process?
I like the good first, because so the good was with yourself. I had really good experience. I also had a really good experience with another gentleman, and then it was very, I like honesty and straight to the point a lot, because at the end of the day, whatever it is comes out, and if it comes out early and it's something negative, that's okay, because it may be not that big of a deal. But if it's not and it comes out at the end, then you're like, I just wasted a lot of time.
Right.
And the other people also wasted a lot of time, because I've been talking to somebody that is okay with that.
Right.
It's both of our time. It has been just completely not invested in a proper way. So the good thing was that straightforwardness, and be completely honest about what it is that you need, what it is that you expect, the culture, like come in and actually sit with them and speak to them, see if this is somebody that you would want to speak to on a regular basis, or somebody that you're just like, okay, it's no way that I like, I'm sorry, but it's just, some people, it's just no way, And then the negative side was more of the job description was not in parallel with the job that they actually wanted. So I think what these two companies, what they did is they gave a job description that was general.
Right.
And then they gave it to somebody that was non-technical, or did not want to ask somebody that was technical. And then when he came to it, it did not match at all.
Right. So not having the right technical person doing the technical interview is a problem.
Right. It's like, I think it's more of a hype problem.
Well, even in the job descriptions, like I'll see, and I recently in my blog I talked about not going into unnecessary skills needed for the job and writing fantasy, like what maybe they'll do, but actually like spending time on what the work will be that person's gonna do, because it's how you attract the person to the job. Like normally that's their first impression of the job is the job description. So if it doesn't even align, and then they get to the person doing the interview and they don't even understand the work, then there's no way to find a match in there. So I guess, Rigo, if you could tell us about some of your experiences that you had that was like with a company, and maybe you just had a really good process and that really stood out to you when you were looking.
Yeah, so if you have everything planned out ahead of time, it's very, very nice for the candidates, because you have a set of expectations that are met when you go and meet somebody. So that process is very nice when it's really well planned out. Yeah. So like you know exactly who you're meeting, what their background is, where they're coming from. And if you send candidates ahead of time, you say, okay, this day you're gonna meet with this person, this person, this person, this is their title, this is what they do. It's wonderful. You did that, by the way. Thank you. That was great. That was amazing. So it's important as a candidate to do your homework. This is why it's a full-time job. And it's important as a recruiter or somebody that wants somebody that would stay with their company and add value to their company to also do the homework in terms of preparation. Usually it's easier if you have a process that's laid out somewhere, like take like a PowerPoint or Microsoft project or something, and then have a set of standard questions that you do, and then populate that later on.
Right.
So I would think having a plan, following through the plan, and making sure that you have detailed questions that reveal what that person actually knows.
Right.
That doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean like, I'm not gonna let you come in. And just saying like, the level of hand-holding is gonna be different.
Right. No, it's important to know like what a candidate, what level they're truly coming in at, because if you hire them thinking they do have a certain amount of experience or knowledge, and you don't realize how much ramping up time that they're going to have. Right. A lot of delayed and time can occur. So I think it's important to really, and for candidates to express where they're truly at in their technical experience, because it helps everyone in the process.
Yeah, and it's also good to show that you can learn quickly.
Yes.
Because if there's a lot of things that I don't know, and that I've had to learn in less than 2 days.
Yeah.
So that teaches you that you have to understand yourself. Like if you think it's gonna take you, like for me, I usually use the rule of 3. So if I say, in my mind, you tell me, hey, how long do you think it's gonna take to code that thing? And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I can do it in like a day, times 3 that.
Okay. Always give yourself some room.
Because the thing is that you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You think that it's easy, and you think
Until
that you
you
can do
get
it,
into
until you
it.
actually get into it. You're like, oh man.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not even enough. But usually the rule of 3 works really well if you want to keep your word.